Are you out of work, perhaps working casually or on a short-term contract? Are you having difficulty finding a permanent position? If that sounds like you, you're not alone. Finding a permanent job now can be extremely frustrating. Although unemployment on a historic level is not particularly high, statistics can be somewhat deceiving. Changes to the way that the government agencies register unemployment means that even if you work 1 hour a fortnight, then you're considered to be employed. And if that's you, you're underemployed, you're in the underemployed group. You may be working, but it's not enough to cover your living expenses or saving for the future. So, when you add the number of people that are underemployed to those that are unemployed, that changes things quite a bit. So what's causing this change? Is this a temporary change or is it permanent? To answer this question, we need to understand what's really happening and why it's happening. There's 4 key drivers. The first is the digital disruption. This is where technology is changing the way that traditional businesses operate. Now, customers can purchase directly from the manufacturer, cutting out much of the supply chain. The second thing is automation, which is reducing the reliance on people. Robots can work 24/7. They don't need to sleep or eat. The third thing is globalization. The internet has not only changed the way that we communicate, but it's also changed the way we work. Many jobs have been outsourced to where labour is cheaper. If you're a drafter working for, say, an engineering consultancy, then the chances are your job was outsourced to somewhere like India or the Philippines. The fourth thing is casualisation. So this is where a job's broken down into tasks. Tasks that are straightforward processes are automated using software or they're outsourced. And any jobs that are not core to business are simply contracted out. Casualisation of the workforce has been going on for some time. In the US, around 40% of workers are either contractors, casual or part-time. In Australia, that number's lower, but it's rising quickly. It's estimated that as many as 45 to 50% of the workforce will be non-permanent by the year 2020. So what will the future hold? Well, whilst no one can predict the future, we can make some assumptions based on the past 300 years or so. Eventually, many of the changes that we're seeing now will lead to new jobs and new industries and new careers. 95% of the jobs that people will be doing in 15 years' time have not been invented yet. Now, that may be small consolation if you're out of work for an extended period of time. So what does this mean for you? If you're out of work or you think you may soon be out of work, then you really need to take some action, as many of the changes that we're seeing are long-term structural changes. These are some of the steps that you can take right now to help your career situation. First of all, you can do some industry research. One of the first things I recommend to people is that you learn about the trends in your industry. The second thing is you need to identify your skill gap. When you've done your research, you may want to add new skills to your repertoire. Finally, I recommend creating a good job search plan that takes into consideration everything that you've learnt. My name's Peter Mazzucato and I'm the founder of Leading Resumes. Our goal is to put your career back on track and to get you into your next job. If you'd like to research suitable industries but don't have the time or perhaps you're not quite sure where to start, then give us a call and we'll be happy to help you get started. Over the next few videos, I'll share some insights into how the job market works now. I'm going to show you some of the steps that you can take to dramatically improve your chances of finding a job and provide some of the tools that will help get you started. Our website has a range of resources that you might find useful. If you'd like to access these, please register and download them for free from our website. Also, don't forget, hit subscribe to our YouTube channel.